Hi everybody, welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and this is my channel, Tranquil Stitches. Today is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021, and this is my FlossTube episode number 117. Happy to see everybody today. I hope you're all happy and healthy and enjoying your day. It's a beautiful day here in the mountains. You may hear some mowing. Unfortunately, my neighbor passed away last night. He had been sick for quite a while, and today his former son-in-law and grandson in a collective effort have came to mow the grass for the family to get ready for everybody to be over there. And he and his wife had been together 50 years, so you can only imagine what she's going through. So a little sad, but yeah, we'll be going to a funeral this week. So anyway, on to happier things. I've been doing some stitching and I wanted to stop by and share a few things with you. I don't think it'll be a very long video. I'm just going to share my stitching this week, and I'll give you a little bit of a life update at the end, a little one, and then maybe talk more about that with some favorite finds on the next video. But today I just wanted to get my stitching recorded and so that I can move on to the rest of the month. So first of all, in my last video, I shared with you the BAP that my husband chose for my March Mayhem, which I actually started on April 1st. And he chose Christmas Village from Sarah Germini, and I got a good start on that one. Christmas Village, I got 517 stitches in. This is Picture This plus Fog, 36 count. And there is some white in there for the snow. Yeah, it's showing up pretty good. And a tree and Santa's little bag there. One of the Santas. There's several Santas in this chart. So 517 in that, which is a good start. Some whips I have. I worked on Beggar's Fourth again. This one's almost finished. Here's where it was when you saw it last. And in this one, I have 507 stitches. So yeah, it's almost done. Here's where it is. It's by Threadwork Primitives. I don't think I said that, but I love this. I love this. Those little flags on that tree. Yeah, so I just have the border and July 4th to put up here. So that will be probably one more visit with that one and it'll be done. The next one is Wash Day Again by Canterbury Designs. This has been a focus for me for the last couple months because it was called on Whip Go and I want to get it finished. Here's where this one was when last we visited. And one more with this one and it will be done. So in this one, 1,496 stitches. And here's where it is. So the only thing I have left is her, the little lady, to put in there and finish the border. Y'all, I've got two different greens in here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see. This green here is different than this green. It's a very subtle difference. I only saw it when I was, when I had it near the window. I think it's one of two things. I know I used an old skein of 936 when I started it, and then newer ones when I got over here. But it also could be that I did have a 31, I think, laying out that I'd used in another project. And at night, I really couldn't have, told the difference. I may have grabbed that accidentally. I don't know what happened. But it's very subtle. And when you see it in the sun, you can see it. But you can't really tell it here. I'm just going to, the sun shining on those pants. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. So that is my wash day again. I love that one. And I'm anxious to get a finish on that one. It's been such a fun stitch. It's just monochromatic. I can just go. Now the next 3 are my zombie run pieces for the Daily 30 group. They are still in Q-snaps and they're big, so I'm not going to move them out of the Q-snap unless I am, you know, actually moving the Q-snap for a stitching area. So the first one that I have is Elizabeth Weston from Hands Across the Sea. She's gorgeous. And I'm using 35 count honey from Lakeside Linen and the called for silks in this one. Here's where she was last month. And here's where she is now. 834 stitches. And I got in this. So pretty. Those pinks just make me happy. Happy pinks. Said Bob Ross. Happy trees, my happy pinks. Okay, the next one is Anniversaries of the Heart. This is by Blackbird Designs. And I'm working on Snow Garden, which is the January block. Here's where this one was last month. Because in the zombie run, it's a challenge, and I'm just doing it as a personal thing. I'm not, you know, officially entering because I really can't, because I'm the one that came up with it. But you touch 4 of your whips. You chose 4, and you touch them every month and put so many stitches in there. So this is the block that I'm working on. Here's where it, well, did I already show you that? See, I can't tell. Here is where it is now. Either way. In this one, I got 802 stitches. I decided I was going to go a little bit above the 400 or 800 on most of these pieces this month. So, just a warning, this, if you plan to stitch this, these colors are not what's in the cover photo on the leaflet. These are browns, and it's shown on the cover photo, well, I'll put it right here, as blues and grays. But I like the browns. I like the way it's charted because it matches, you know, what I've got going on down here better. So I like them. I don't mind them at all. So that's Anniversaries of the Heart, Snow Garden by Blackbird Designs. And the last of the, let's see, I've worked on 3 of the 4. The third one I've worked on is Village of Hawk Run Hollow. And if you've been with me a while, you've seen all these every month, but they're growing. They're growing. I am on block 2, and this is the block with the church in it, with the stained glass. It's beautiful, and this is where it was. I only had the fence going across. In Village, 550 stitches, and here's where it is. Started the grass and the tree, one of the weeping willows. There's willows on both sides of the church. And I've given this a lot of thought. I'm going to personalize this a little bit. I'm going to talk about where I grew up and what was in my little it's an unincorporated, it wasn't even a town, it was just like a village. And maybe put some names, instead of Jacob's Grist Mill, put some names of some people that I knew growing up. And you know, I'm a sucker for things like that, so I think that's what I'm going to do. It won't be St. Peter's Church, it'll be the church that I went to when I was a little girl. So that's the plan. I think it'll be sweet. And I still have to work on Colorful Eagle to finish up my zombie run for the month, so I'll be doing that very soon. The last WIP that I have is Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. I don't know what it is about pulling that piece out and working on it. I absolutely adore it. And I like working. I don't understand what. I like working on it. I really, really do. So I brought this one out. Here's where it was last time. And notice the border. And like I said, it's in the Q-snap. But when I'm in a good place. Sophie's hair is just everywhere. She's shedding terribly. But I'm in a place where I can reach both places that I need to stitch, so I'm not going to move it out of here for now. But next, when I move the Q-snap, I'll show you the whole thing. So guess what? I finished the inside border and the vines, and they both met up perfectly. I was a little nervous, but they met up perfectly, so yay. It's wonderful. I got all these vines put in. I got the little leaves put in. I got some of the flowers done. Yeah, so in this one, 616 stitches. And those back stitches are, you have to count 2 in order to make 1 stitch. So there's quite a few back stitches in there. So bird goes here, bird goes here. Like I said, it's not hard to work on at all. It's really not. So I'm going to finish this border first, and then I'm going to start on this little Horn of Plenty right here. There's Horn of Plenty in both of these, filled with flowers and vines and things in both corners. And then on the inside, I thought, actually, it's been so long since I've really looked at this piece, but I thought that the entire center portion was over 1, but it's not. It's just the little people, and yeah, basically the people are over 1. So maybe an animal or 2, but it's not all over 1, which made me very happy, because that'll make it go a lot quicker. So this is on, I'm pretty sure it's a 36 count, just a mystery piece of linen neutral that I had. And I have to use my mag eyes for this one. And I have, anything 36 count, I have to use my mag eyes. But with those, I see it just perfectly. So, yeah, that's Inspiration. Yay! So, that is my stitching for this. Are we allowed to say fortnight in the United States? 2 weeks. 5,322 stitches so far this month. And very happy with that. Now, Max's Moon, if you've been with me, you know I started that for my birthday in 2018, I'm pretty sure. And it was called on Whip Go. It's the one on the black fabric with the, and I've been wanting to stitch that for forever. So I brought that out to stitch on a little bit. And I struggled, y'all. I struggled. I tried this under it. I tried a light pad under it. I sat up really close to the window, and it's not that I can't see the holes. I can see the holes. What I struggled with was seeing the fibers in order to stitch over to on that black fabric. I could not judge the fibers that were that I needed to cross. And I thought, there is so much confetti in that piece, and if I mess up, because you've got 3 stitches here, and then you have to move up and over and put 2 stitches here and then down and over. You know how confetti is. It's like here stitch, there stitch, everywhere. And if I miscount and mess, it's going to be more aggravation than it's worth. I can't see it. I can't, and I don't think I could get a really strong magnifier. But y'all, I don't know about you. If you use a magnifier, does this happen to you? Your eyes my eyes seem to get weak when I'm wearing it for a length of time. When I take them off, it's like I can't see. It takes my eyes time to readjust to normal. And I don't want to strain my eyes that much, by getting a stronger magnifier. So I'm already wearing readers and mag eyes, so I'm just not, I don't want to dread pulling that one out for fear of messing up and causing myself a lot of aggravation. So I UFO'd him. It broke my heart. Absolutely broke my heart, because I really, really wanted that piece. But, you know, I just have to cut my losses and move on. So I just UFO'd him. I also UFO'd a couple of the smalls that I started for Darktober in 2019. I think what happened was I picked things just to be picking them so that I could fill up my as many starts as I wanted to start out of the Halloween magazines. And I've found that I have pretty much worked exclusively on the ones that I really like, and a couple of the others I've just pushed back and pushed back, and I think it's because they're not really ones I was passionate about. I just kind of wanted to start 13 things out of those magazines, and I just couldn't find 13 things that I really, you know, wanted to start, so I just kind of plugged a couple in. So I UFO'd Scary Lights and Raven and Witch, which my Halloween video is out there if you want to see what those two look like. The Raven and Witch is on a blue even weave anyway. That was kind of dark. And then the Scary Lights I had quite a bit. I'm just going to kind of put them aside. I may finish them at some point. But maybe the Scary Lights. I don't think I'll do the Raven and Witch. But the Scary Lights, I think I've worked on that a couple times. I may finish that up at some point. And so, you know, I went ahead and it feels good. You know, I'm not one to UFO. I UFO'd 2 projects last year. And all year. Before that, probably 1. So I don't UFO a lot of things. So, okay, I had a couple questions. Georgie wanted to know about how I count my stitches. So I'm going to put a card up here for the video that I explain how I count my stitches. There's lots and lots of different ways. You just have to find the one that works for you. And I found a system that works for me really well. So you're welcome to go and watch that video and maybe take from that what you need to find your way of doing it if you want to start counting. It's really, I think it's fun. It tells me my progress, you know, and it's just for me. It's not any race or any, it's just for my benefit. And I like numbers. I'm a office manager biller, so I like working with numbers. So I like writing numbers down. So it's just a personal thing. April wanted to know my FOs. I'm a journey stitcher, which to me means that I enjoy stitching. I'm not stitching for the finish so that I can finish FFO something. I'm stitching to be stitching. I love stitching. That's why I have so many BAPs going at one time, because it's wonderful to just pick it up and stitch on it, you know, and not, like I said, I don't like kidding. And when I finish something, I feel good about finishing it, and I love looking at it, but they go into it's kind of like a army footlocker thing that I've got, and they go in there, and every now and then I'll pull them out and look through them. Someday, you know, I may finish FFO something, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be like in 5 years. I may want to finish everything. I don't like a lot of cross stitch on my walls. I'm not going to say a minimalist, because I'm no way a minimalist, but I don't like things on every single inch of my wall. I like just a few chosen things, and then, you know, I'm not one to put pictures of my kids on the walls when they were babies. I've just never been that way. My mother wasn't like that. She had a few, back then it was home interior, you know, she had a few home interior pieces that she absolutely loved on her walls, and that was, you know, and that's what drew your attention. There wasn't just so much to look at. I love looking at walls that have, you know, samplers like cover the whole wall, because they're so fascinating to me to look at. But for me, and my home, it's not something that I do. So I don't really care, you know, that I don't have them framed and on the wall. And I don't typically have those little things, you know, things. Again, I like special things sitting, and that's it. It's like overstimuli, you know, if there's too much going on. Which right now, I've got a lot of overstimuli with this bathroom remodel right now. All of my bathroom vanity stuff is in a box literally sitting right in front of me in my room, and it's driving me crazy. But we're getting there. He's making progress. So anyway, April, I put them in a box and enjoy them every now and then. Look at them. My kids they've got instructions that anything they want to do with them after I'm gone, that's fine. I want them to choose a few personal pieces, and then the rest I really, because I enjoyed stitching it. That's what matters to me. So you have to do you. If you love having framed pieces on your wall, if you love having the seasonal things that you can swap out, and that's wonderful. And you know, you have to do what makes you happy, and that's what makes me happy. So okay, retail therapy. I got well, a couple things that I've received. My Lady Dot finishing pack for May. It's called Tidal Pool this month. Look at those blues. Oh goodness, it looks like just, there's the fabric. Isn't that pretty? And I'm not going to take everything out, but it's got the blue chenille, a silk ribbon, a green measuring tape, which I've never seen before. Green. Then we have some pins and these buttons, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Look here. Let's see if I can get it. That one. This one's precious. These are wooden buttons. That one. And this one. Isn't that pretty? Beautiful. Patty asked about the club. It's Crazy Annie's on Facebook. They have sign-ups once a year in December. So if you're not signed up for their emails, go and do that if you're interested. And you have to keep an eye out. I say December, sometimes the end of November. So you have to keep an eye out there for the email for these sign-ups, because they fill up really quick. I missed it one year and I had to take like an alternate spot a couple months later. So it's every other month. And the value, I think you asked about the value. I think for the money, it's definitely worth it, because everything is coordinated. And if you're not good at that kind of thing, like me, everything is right here. Now, I also journal, and I do junk journaling, and I make altered books and things like that. And I use a lot of this in those two. So these are very good for me, because they serve a dual purpose. So I love these. So that's my Lady Dot for May. I have a couple things I wanted to show you. My BFF Diana. I ran out of 936 for my wash day again. And I asked her, I said, do you have an extra skein you can send me? Because I didn't really want to order DMC, because I know me, and I would have placed a big order and when I need just one skein of. So I thought maybe if she had a skein she could just pop in the mail to me, then I could, the next time I sent her something, I could, you know, give it back to her. She didn't have any. You know what she did? She went to 123 Stitch and she ordered me 2 skeins of DMC and a chart. And I said, I could have done that, and I would have done that. I just want. She spoils me. She's rotten. She's absolutely rotten. So the chart that she got me is another fancy blanket. Y'all know I love my fancy blanket from Pine Berry Lane. This one is Brooms. I have a fancy blanket as a whip that I started for March Mayhem. Look at her. Those little cats. I just can't even. I love fancy blanket. I love all of them. It's like Jenny Bean. I love Jenny Bean too. So, yeah, thank you, Diana. That was so sweet. She's rotten. She does that kind of stuff. I also have, I got one final box from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'm, since my videos are so sporadic lately, I opted to give someone else my spot for that, because I want to, you know, if I'm going to do something like that, I want to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence for, you know, representing the right, you know, adequately, or, you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I don't have to, but anyway. So, I did get a last box, and inside the box were a few things, and I'm going to spread those out because I've got a use for something else that I want to share next time. But anyway, this is set H of the Lori Holt stitch cards. Look, these are called, this is the, usually they have a theme, but it doesn't say this time. Happy Horse, Penny Pig, Woolly Sheep, and Milk Cow. Cute. This is Welcome and Cheerful. This is number 9 of 12 of the Prim Stitch series. Little shaker boxes. Prim Star, Pineapple. And then Stitchy Stars. Very patriotic piece. I will definitely stitch this one. I love that it's long and thin. It'd make a really pretty bell pull. But those quilt squares are just so easy to stitch. They're just something that you can just whip out. I love those. So thank you to all the girls over at Fat Quarter Shop. They're so wonderful. Go over there and see what they have to offer. I'm telling you what, to truth. It's like if Fat Quarter Shop was an actual brick and mortar, it would be like walking into an IKEA or a Waccamaw Pottery or something just like a Wonderland, because they have, if you could picture all of their inventory in a brick and mortar, it would be someplace that I could go and just stay for days. I mean, honestly, they could open a hotel next to that and I would definitely go, because so much stuff they offer. And an excellent service. You know, they're just sweet girls. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, no. Hold on. So do you remember, maybe first part of the year, I showed you that I was going to start a crochet afghan. And I'll put a picture here of what I'm starting. I started it. And it is like riding a bicycle. I remember I started it and I just whipped it right, ripped a couple rows right out. Didn't struggle at all. And I think it looks pretty good. Still working with my tension a little bit, but it's a ripple afghan, so it's got these little, you know, that will lay better once it gets some weight to it, is what I'm trying to say. Because right now it's just a little squiggly mess, and I can't get it to straighten out because, you know, it's not got enough weight to it yet. But here's my start. Look at there. Look at there. See what I mean? It's wanting to just kind of curl up. But this is the starting chain down here. So it, you know, with the weight, it'll straighten itself out. But yeah, look at there. Look at those double crochets. Ain't I something else? Look at there. I've made several Afghans in my younger years. And I hadn't crocheted in like forever. But my tension needs a little work, I think. But it's coming along very, very nicely. And I do enjoy it. I got the rhythm of the stitches, you know, pretty quickly, and was able to just not refer to the pattern so much, you know, and just go. So this is going to be red, white, and blue. Let's see. It's on some of these. Yeah, there it is. My version of this. Yeah. So, yeah, I chose these softer, countrier colors. So it's fun. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. When it gets a little bit bigger, I'm probably going to have to wait till fall till it cools off a little bit weather-wise, because that's going to be heavy, warm to sit under. So, all right, that's all I have for you today. As far as stitching and crafting and stuff, we got our engine for our truck, and the mechanic is going to start work on it on Wednesday, and he said it's only going to take a few days, so hopefully by this time next week we will have an operating truck on the road, which means that we'll have a camper on the road, which means that I'm going to be disappearing for a little while. So I'm going to still try to do my videos as regularly as possible, but as far as disappearing from here, I'm going to be disappearing from here. I'm going to get out, and I'm going to enjoy the woods and do some magnet fishing and stuff. My husband's been so busy on this bathroom, and he's just not had time. I don't want to bother him, say, take me somewhere, you know. He's focused, and I want him to stay focused, and he's doing the best he can, because like I said, his hip is really bothering him. They've got him scheduled for an MRI, and so hopefully they'll figure out what's going on with him there. But he does, you know, does what he can do. He doesn't push me, and I don't push him. You know, it is what it is. So I haven't been bugging him too much to, because I don't want to go magnet fishing by myself. Because if I get my magnet stuck on something and I can't lift it, you know, it's I'm not leaving my magnet. So yeah, that's not happening. So he's got to go with me for that. But okay, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day and a beautiful week so far. And I will be back as soon as possible with a May update. And I will see you next time. Happy stitching.